If all you're focusing on is social media, you are missing a very large chunk of opportunity. Talking about finding your next clients, whether you're just starting out in your business or whether you are in an established business and you're looking to add more channels, one of the things that I see time and time again that just leads to burnout is people feel like they have to spread themselves across so many different platforms that they start to get overwhelmed. So I will always say, no matter where you're at in business, if there is a problem with lead flow, the first thing you need to do is go back to your avatar and your niche and understand exactly where they hang out first. Some of you will hear me say this like a broken record. No matter whether you're a startup or whether you're in $1 million business, we are always working on our niche and our message. It doesn't go away. So focus where they focus. Where do your clients hang out most? Make sure that you're there first, and then you can start to branch out from there, especially with the changes that social media platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram are making. It's quality versus quantity. This becomes a bit of a battle. This is off social media as well. The joys of marketing, you've got to test and measure what works for you. One of the big markets that we've tapped into recently and are growing is YouTube. And if you're producing really fantastic video content on YouTube, it becomes evergreen. So what can you do to leverage your time? What can you reuse? If you are doing video content, creating posts, people will forget what you posted 3 months ago. So can you recycle stuff? The things that I really love about that is it also shows people that you've been around for a while. They can tell if the content looks a little bit old. If it's still valuable, it shows that you've been in the game for a while. So don't be afraid to use previous content to save yourself time. Value versus selling is the other thing that I want you to look at. And this is also about finding balance. I find that some people are in the camp of, hey, look, I'm just going to give tons and tons and tons of value and never have a call to action, and people are going to come to me. And then the opposite side of the spectrum is, hey, I'm just going to constantly sell my programs and ask people to jump on a strategy call. The extremes of that spectrum do not work. You've got to find the balance. Are you providing at least one piece of value-driven content a week, whether it's an email, a post, a workshop, content that is purely providing value to your audience? Especially when you're starting out or when you're trying to build a social media following, you want to be giving stuff to people that is going to provide them value. So, is there a tool that you can teach them? Is there a strategy that you can teach them? Are there worksheets that you give to clients that you could utilize as worksheets for leads? Is there an ebook that you want to build with the 3 steps to X? This stuff doesn't need to be complicated. Just make sure that you are putting content out there that is 100% focused on giving your clients value. We are always providing a CTA, but the CTA doesn't always need to be a sell. Start to get that engagement going, especially on platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn. The more you get people engaging and the more you engage back, the better results you're going to get in your marketing and the more they're going to see you're selling stuff. We are always using a CTA. Cool. It's just not always a sales CTA. Now to ask the opposite side, who here is selling at least once a week? People will not buy if you don't offer. What I want you to remember is that you do not need to sell your coaching program. So you don't necessarily need to sell your big thing. In fact, I recommend that you don't sell your big thing unless you're selling to an already warm audience. You can talk about your program. You can talk about testimonials and wins and things that are happening with your clients. That is an aspect of selling. But what I want you to remember is that you are always selling the next step. If you are offering a one-on-one coaching program where you want to talk to the clients first, then the next step is going to be for them to book a call. And that's what you need to sell. What are they going to get on the call if they book with you? What are they going to leave with from that call? You know that they're hopefully going to leave with a coaching program, but they need to know what are they going to get from that 20, 40 minutes with you on a phone call. One size doesn't fit all. And I think that this is one of the big things that we've got to be really conscious of as business owners and entrepreneurs and marketers is joys of Facebook and the social platforms that we're on. You've got so many people telling you that they've got this new strategy, this new idea, that this works better than that you should be doing this. And what I always want you to remember is they're telling you what they need to tell you so that you buy the thing. Always do your own research. This is exactly why we do what we do in Level Up, because we don't have a one size fits all approach. All of your businesses are different. You are all different in terms of how you want to run your businesses. So we want to make sure that we tailor a strategy that works for you. So just remember, just because it works for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And just because it doesn't work for somebody else doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. So that's another really clear thing. Someone tells you that ads don't work, so you don't do them. Completely separate businesses. Your business might thrive with ads. So just always make sure you're doing your research and testing and measuring. I also want you to be mindful of where you are at in your business life. Those people that are in startup mode, if you haven't got a solid amount of clients coming through yet, one platform is all you need. You could easily build a $10,000, $20,000 a month business or more with one platform. And if you're working as a solopreneur, I would say that's the best way to go, because you're not needing to spread yourself too thin and you get to learn that strategy incredibly well. For those of you that are scaling, that are looking at adding group coaching programs to doing other things, and you've got some consistent clients coming through, then you might want to look at adding platforms or adding other strategies and channels. Referrals and partnerships. This is number one for us right now because it works incredibly well. And we have seen so many Level Up members get fantastic traction when they land the right referral or partnership. What businesses, service-based providers, organizations currently have your clients? Can you think of schools, government organizations, other coaches that have complementary services? Maybe it's a counselor, a psychologist, but who do you know that currently has your client base that you could tap into? And then we need to chunk down from there to figure out what specific groups you want to reach out to. These businesses need to align with your brand. When you create a connection with another business, your business is impacted by that brand and how they present themselves. So make sure that you're aligning not just from a audience perspective, but from a brand perspective as well, so that you can leverage and build that partnership. Always make sure that a partnership is reciprocal. The best way to land really good partnership agreements is that it's just as beneficial for the person that you're connecting with as it is for you. Your public relations, your PR, and guesting. One of the things that we've tried recently is guesting on podcasts, writing articles for people, featuring in magazines, and it has definitely turned things around in terms of amplifying our audience and attracting new clients. Think about the audiences that you can leverage. Who can you guest with? Who can you do PR with so that you can start to grow your audience and your reach? The good old ads, organic marketing, and social media. Advertising has started to become a little bit more complicated and expensive, but it doesn't mean that it's not effective. For those of you that are at the right stage, you don't need to spend a lot of money to actually get some good results if you market to the right audience. You don't want to spread yourself too thin across ads. You want to make sure that the audience is niched and narrow. You're attracting the right geographic, demographic, the right sort of people to get the results that you want. One of the things that you could potentially consider adding to your toolbox, where could you start to spend some money to invest in getting some paid leads into your business? Social media are the other platforms. Instagram is a platform that needs a lot of connection and a lot of engagement and a lot of posting. It doesn't always need to be over the top professional. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck, is they want to perfect that video before they put it up. They want to spend 3 hours on Canva before they put up one post. Please know that the more raw and real your footage is, the better results you're going to get, because that's what people connect with. One thing to remember though is, how are people going to be looking you up and what are they going to be looking for? So are your clients going to want to see a business page to prove that you are a professional business? Is that something that you need to maintain? Or can you simply engage with people with your personal brand? The next platform that I am really excited about, which I haven't focused on for a little while, but the game is starting to change, is LinkedIn. LinkedIn's brought in some fantastic changes to the algorithm, where they're not only leveraging the big guys anymore, and it's not just based on followers and reach, but it's starting to be more based on the types of connections that you have and the types of content that you're getting out into the LinkedIn universe. They do want people to have differing opinions. They do want you to start debates. There's articles. I know a lot of level uppers that are having really great success with the LinkedIn newsletters. So if you are looking to attract a professional audience, then LinkedIn might be the platform that you want to play with. LinkedIn is a phenomenal place for you to start looking for potential referrals and partnerships. LinkedIn is a professional platform. So if you want to target people based on the type of company they work for, their occupation, how long they've been in business, are they employed, are they unemployed, what education they've got, what training they've done, then LinkedIn is your space. If you want to, however, focus on demographics and psychographics and what people do for fun, they have a family, hobbies, interests, then Facebook is going to be your platform. So if you're confused between which ones you should be, which worlds you should be in, get clear on that avatar. How do you think you can find them on social media? That will help you select the platform that's going to work best for you. Getting people's emails and starting to reach out to people through email. A lot of people say email is dead. It's only if you're not sending the right emails. One of the best campaigns that I've seen working with a client recently is a Facebook ad that leads straight to an email campaign, and they actually feed a course through email campaign. So no access to a membership portal or anything like that. They've just kept it simple with Google Drive and Loom links and all that sort of thing. And they're picking up clients purely through using email campaigns. Now, obviously, you've got to think about how do I get those emails? That's the first step. But then building out those email campaigns really help. Looking at previous clients and previous leads that you've spoken to before. Those of you that do have mailing lists that you haven't reached out to recently, structure an email or a text message or something that you can send out that is just to check in to see how they're doing since you last spoke to them. You don't need to sell anything, just spark that conversation up again to see where they're at and if they need more support. Leverage that audience that you've already got. Sometimes the best people that you can sell to are previous clients that you haven't seen for a while. I find what works best is a combination of value-driven stuff, longer form stuff that's more about, tips and tools and strategies, asking them to book a call if they want to learn more, combined with really short 10-word emails. Hey, how are you with the goals that you set at New Year's? Have you actually achieved them yet? Asking more short, simple messages that look like you've sent it to them personally. If you're ever stuck with the type of post to put up, look at what you click on that pops up on your phone. When I get articles from LinkedIn that relate to me, or when someone's celebrating something and I know them, that's when I'll usually click into LinkedIn. So have a think about what you can tweak and play with that you would normally look at. It's not just about what works for your clients, but what works for you. If you don't want to be going live on Facebook, don't do it. If you don't want to be posting on LinkedIn every second day, don't do it. Find stuff that's sustainable, that works for your business until you can hire someone to do it for you. Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit like so that we can share it with amazing entrepreneurs just like you. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you never miss another level up strategy that could completely change the game when it comes to growing and scaling your business. We love supporting and helping entrepreneurs to take things to the next level. So be sure to comment below, let us know your questions or the other videos that you would like us to do, and we'll see you on the other side.